Okay, now we got that pesky flywheel off. Let's evaluate the magneto. Well, for simplistic purposes, for filming this, I'm going to remove the mag plate off of the motor. Okay, you don't have to, but I am, because I'm going to be doing a couple of testings diagnostic wise. It'll make it a lot easier for filming. So we have our two coils here, okay, and then we have the laminates here. So this screw that I've already loosened here, and this screw here, okay, and as well as the screw down here, and there's also a screw down here. Those four screws hold the armature, or this mag plate, down onto the motor. Okay, so I'm going to remove those so I can lift this mag plate off, and I've already loosened it some to make time referencing a little bit easier. And I'll also show where these wires here, where you can follow them for which coil goes to which cylinder. Normally, the coil on the top here, facing the cam follower here, this coil goes to the top cylinder. This back coil with the wire goes to the bottom cylinder. On this model, the wires back here on the cylinder head have a little metal ring which holds the wires into place to keep them from going all over the place, and also I guess to keep them from getting damaged. Now I loosened that off here already, so I could remove the wire so I can inspect the wires. Again, for simplistic purposes, this is not necessary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you back on hold, and I'm going to take the mag plate off, okay? And by doing so, I'm going to be removing these wires here. These screws here, 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 and here, so I can remove the plate. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this so you can see what I'm doing. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Again, I've already started some of the screws. So I'm going to remove this one here, and I'm going to remove this one here. They're quite long. Okay, and I'm going to put this over on the bench over here. Alright, so I'm going to remove these, I'm going to loosen these bottom screw, these corner screws right here on the mag plate here. I'm going to loosen them up all the way here. I'm going to loosen them up all the way here. Alright, right now I should be able to remove the mag plate. The only thing I want to do right here, the little follower arm here that goes for shifting, I'm going to go ahead and remove this little tab here, okay? And that frees up that arm just like this, so I can remove it. And just place it back on here, just like this, so you don't lose it. There you go. So now we should be free to lift up the motor. Lift up the armature plate. So I'm going to wiggle it back and forth. I'm going to lift up on it just like this. And it should slide through here. Hopefully I should be able to get everything through here. If not, I may have to loosen this, and I think I will. I'm going to have to loosen it down at the bottom right here. So all I do is I'm going to loosen it down here. And then again, right here. And that little arm allows the shifter here to slide the mag plate backwards and forward for spark advancement, and also helps with opening the carburetor and allowing for more gas. So I'm going to remove this, okay, back, just like this, okay. So I can slide all this through. Alrighty. Alright, I have the mag plate in hand. I'm going to go to the bench. Okay, now that I've got the mag plate on, I can inspect things a little bit better, a little bit easier for filming purposes. Okay, So what I have here, as I have the mag plate here, okay, these are the two coils here and here. This is the front coil, and this the top, cylinder coil, which is in the front. This is the bottom cylinder coil, which is in the back. Okay, you see right here the cam follower. Okay, the cam follower up along here. I said that lets you know that this is the coil going to the top cylinder. Also, if you flip it upside down, this is the top coil. Okay, you notice here, following the spark plug wire around, just like this, following it through here. This is the spark plug wire going to the top coil. Okay, the coil that's going to the top cylinder. Usually they have a little band on it that says top. That's not always reliable. You never know what other people and what other work has been done. So you have to depend on your own ingenuity and investigation to follow through to make sure everything's correct. Second thing, also same thing with the coil right here that goes to the bottom cylinder. If you follow the spark plug wire that goes around, comes around here, and if you follow it all the way through, okay, here it is. It's the second. Okay, you inspect the wire as you go to make sure the wire hasn't been damaged, frayed, or any place that would cause any arcing or grounding against the motor. Okay, so now that we have we've kind of looked at that. Okay, let's look at the the mag plate here. Okay, you have the condenser here. You have the condenser here. You have the points which ride up along here, which ride up along the cam, okay, and that move back and forth depending upon the high lobe of the cam, which you have connectivity when they're closed, and when they're open there's no spark. So those need to be cleaned. Okay, they need to be cleaned with sandpaper and like a little business card, and you're taking basically all the carving and all that off so you have a good clean contact. Here you have the condenser here, and it connects to the set of points here, okay, along with the wire from this cylinder, from this coil. Okay, this is the wire coming from the coil that comes from the primary windings and goes to the points and condenser connecting right here. Okay, this is the ground wire, and down in here is actually a little spike where the spark plug wire goes to, and that spike comes from the secondary winding and goes out to the spark plug and then the cylinder. Here, as you can see, right up in here, there's a little piece of felt. Okay, that is the oiler. Okay, and right here there's a little metal clip. That little metal clip holds the little felt oiler on there, and this oils the cam to provide some light lubrication, so the little shoes here and here on there do not prematurely wear. And then if they wear prematurely, there's not enough lubrication, it can offset the gap in your points and can cause some timing issues. So this little thing, which is forgotten about mostly, or is no longer there because over time it's disintegrated, that needs to be looked at. Okay, well, we have these back screws here, all right, the flat tip screws here, 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 and here. These hold the coil laminate to the armature plate. Okay, remember these and these screws here and here, those hold the armature plate to the motor itself. Okay, and then we have the laminates as well. If you can see here, the little heel on the coils here line up with the boss along here as well, and by doing so helps prevent these little heels from rubbing up against the flywheel and causing damages to the magnet. Alright, so what we're going to do is at this point we're going to go ahead and test the coils. Okay, see if they're any good. Even though they look good, they could be bad. Okay, so we're going to test that. All right, and what I'm going to do now is I have a coil that looks good, and we're going to test it. Okay, but I've tested this coil and it's bad. Okay, So I have a separate coil here.